Let me begin again. Good morning, good afternoon, rather. Everyone, I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to another insightful edTalk brought to you by edForce. Today, we have a seasoned expert in the realm of Excel, someone whose knowledge is not just academic but deeply rooted into practical insights. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce our esteemed speaker for today, Mr. Ramesh KN. With over 27 years of industry expertise, Ramesh is not just a corporate trainer, but a maestro in Excel, Office 365, Power BI, AWS, and much more. His commitment to merging academic knowledge with real world application has made him a go to authority in the field. So, fasten your seatbelt and get ready to embark on a journey of advanced Excel techniques with Mr. Ramesh KN. Without further ado, let's dive into the world of Excel beyond basics. Before we begin, let us do a quick survey to understand our audience for today. I'm launching the poll. I'll request you to quickly submit your responses. I see so many responses. I'm ending the survey in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Welcome, Mr. Ramesh.
Yeah, hi. Thank you very much, and good afternoon, Ashutosh, and
Good afternoon.
welcome all of you for this quick, you know, run through of some of the quick tips of Excel, which otherwise, what I feel, many people in the industry will be rather spending time to do the things on that, and rather let me say that wasting time in getting through with the Excel, especially when you have some firefighting activities and running short of time. See, Excel, as I mean, I don't think I will have to teach you what Excel is all about and all the stuff like that. But then, mainly when we come into the Excel part of it, it's all about how fast you can execute. It's not that what you know.
Totally.
Whatever you know, how fast you can execute and put the things into the practice, get the result out of it is what matters over here. So in this, the quick session over here, what we will do is that we will split this into two sections to be precise. Section number one, we will just see some of the tips for time saving features of Excel. That is, forget about the formulas or functions or what you know in Excel,
Okay.
how we can make use of the Excel shortcuts and other tips and tricks of Excel where you can save. See, in general, if you ask me, around 30% of the time, what you spend in Excel normally using these tips and tricks, whatever you know over here, all these things like that. And the second thing is that we will get into what is called as a lookups, one of the most popular demanded feature of Excel or the function of Excel called as a lookups. Of course, we have a variety of lookups available with the inception of Excel 365 over there, or Excel 2019 and Excel 2021. And you have your Office 365 version of Excel. You have the XLookup also coming in, but otherwise, yes, the most popular stuff called as a VLookup and the HLookup. So we have these two things over there. So of course, anytime you have some clarifications to be made, you have two choices. Choice number one is if you have access to the chat window, of course, you can just put that into the chat window over there so that I think, you know, uh, look into the chat window and answer your queries, or you can just unmute yourself and break me in between, or wait till the end of the session wherein we have a Q&A session over there, and we can make use of the Q&A session to clarify your doubts. Anything is welcome, not a problem at all. Okay, so I think I'm audible to you, all of you, and it is pretty clear out there. A couple of people have told that not able to hear and some echoes and all those stuff like that. I mean, probably Srinivasan, if there is an echo, you just try muting your microphone and see whether the echo is still being repeated. And Jijo Joseph, you're able to hear me? Okay. So not resolved, Srinivasan. Probably something. Let me just see whether there is anyone else who is not muted. If anyone else is, in the participants list, in the unmuted state, kindly mute yourself because
Srinivasan,
in a group.
sorry to interrupt. Srinivasan is
Yeah.
saying that now it is resolved.
Okay. I read it as not resolved. Okay, thank you. It's my bad. Sorry. Okay, so that's fine. So thank you very much, and thanks for the correction. Over there. So okay, let me just quickly share my screen with you, and let me know if the screen is visible to you, please. Let me just quickly get into my Excel sheet and share my screen. Just let me know if the screen, is visible to you. It's visible. Thank you. Okay. See, first of all, let me just tell you when we are working in Excel, okay, Excel as a part of your Windows over there, okay, the Windows, as you know, make use of the three sets of shortcut keys: Shift, okay, Control, and Alt. Okay. Windows uses all these three shortcut keys. Of course, when you talk about all this, the shortcut keys over there, the shift key is normally used for continuous selection. The control key, okay, this is for used for continuous selection. Okay. And control key is for non-continuous. And the alt key, that is a generic, this one over there. But the problem with this, of which these are the two things which we normally use it, which allows your work to be completed faster. Okay. And the control key are shorter and faster. Okay. The alt key is a combination of three plus keys. But if you wanted to know the shortcut keys or see Bharat, there is no sample file to use basically because with 100 plus people in the group, and if I give you time to practice it, then it will take a long time. So as of now it is just like a workshop wherein it's only me demonstrating it. You don't have to practice it. Probably you can take a note, or maybe I think you can just get these key points recorded and make use of these things over there. Or in between, if you want, you can take a screenshot of this, the functions or the shortcuts or anything like that. As of now, there is no work file supplied for that. And later, in case if you want to get a hands-on onto this work file which I'm using it, yeah, we are happy to share with you. No issues on that. Okay, so now when we talk about all these things, so as I told you, the Alt key. Now, when you are into Excel, okay, let me just open a brand new Excel file. Now, these keys, the Alt, Control, and Shift, are Windows shortcut keys. Okay, they are all called as a common Windows shortcuts. That means it does not differentiate between Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or even your Windows Explorer or anything like that. But when you are coming into an application for that matter, say Word, shortcut keys for Word, shortcut keys for Excel, shortcut keys for PowerPoint, etc., etc., etc. Yes, there is a difference. So the first thing and the foremost thing is that in case if you wanted to get a list of the entire set of shortcut keys what Microsoft uses, the best thing is get into Google, okay, and just type Excel and the version of Excel you use it, followed by shortcuts. Okay, so as of now, I'm using Excel 365, so I'm just typing Excel 365 shortcuts. You can see that there is a link from Microsoft. Please note this will be mostly the number one link will be provided to you, or it may be the second link. Okay, but whatever it is, just look for this Microsoft support location. And when you get into that Microsoft support location, it'll ask you what type of operating system you're using, because you know that the Excel can work on a variety of operating systems. So depending upon the operating system, the shortcuts will vary. Because if, for example, in Windows we use a control, and there is no control key in the Mac OS, instead we use a command, the command button. So there itself the difference starts. Anyway, depending upon that, you just choose your operating system. And below that, there is an option to download the first 50 time saving shortcut keys, the most popular and commonly used shortcut key, which you can download it over here. Or else, when you scroll down, you see you have a complete list of the huge amount of shortcut keys, depending upon the type of work what you wanted to use it. And you know it is a Windows screen, so you can use a Control F, the find and replace option, and type whatever you wanted it over here. Say, for example, if you wanted to use the paste, okay, it says I can find out 25, so I say paste special. So there is six, and you can just come down. See here, you have it over here. So this, the find option, the Control F can be used over there. And you can just get hold of your, what do you call it, as a complete list of shortcut keys over here. So as I told you, what you have to do is that you can just get into the Google, and in the Google, you can just type for, the Excel or whatever version it is. Say, for example, Excel followed space, the version, whatever the version of Excel, okay, whatever version you're using, and a space followed by shortcuts. Okay, shortcuts, and there you will get the list of shortcut keys. Now, once we talk about the shift and the control, as I told you, the shift uses the continuous selection and control uses the non-continuous selection. So if it is in the Excel, okay, if you are in the Excel sheet, and when you have some, you have to select some cells, of course, you will be using the shift, click and drag it over here. But instead, you can click on one cell and shift and click on some other cell. The continuous cells will be selected. Or you can click on one cell, use the shift and the arrow keys. The shift and the arrow keys to the left, right, top, or bottom. You can see that it will get selected. Click on one column, shift and click on some other column. You can see that it is a continuous, list of sections over there. Click on one row, shift and click on some other row. You will have it over there. It's all about continuous selection. But if you're talking about the control, the non-continuous selection, you can see I can always select a non-continuous sets of rows or columns over there. Because it is a window shortcut key. Because when you come over here, suppose you're going into some files over there, when you're attaching some mails, you can click on one, shift and click on some other file to get all of them attached, or click on this and control and click on this and control and click on this. You can see that non-continuous files can be selected over there. Okay, so that's what I told you. It's a Windows shortcut key. So the shift and the keys continuous, whether it is a row or a column or a cell. Control and click is for non-continuous. Now the other thing is that I have seen many people when they wanted to insert a sheet, they use right click, okay, insert worksheet. Okay. Yeah, a sheet get inserted over there. Fine. But see, you have a plus button over here. Okay, you have a plus button over here. Use that instead of all this right click and then insert sheet and all those stuff like that. You can just make use of this plus button to add the sheet, more and more sheets into your workbook. It's a very simple stuff over there. Now, if you look at here, the second thing is that, see, I have so many sheets. The complete sheet names are not visible. And I wanted to jump from sheet one to the last sheet. See, you have some arrow keys over here to go to the sheet 17. Now you have to come back to sheet one, use these arrow keys to go to the sheet one. I've seen again people doing that for a long time. But instead, see, you have an arrow keys here, just a right click here. When you right click here, you see it just opens up the entire sheet list. Just a double click on the sheet you wanted to go. See, it just so fast to jump from one sheet to the other sheet over there. Okay. Now, the second one is that suppose you wanted to hide, move, copy, delete, rename, and etc., all the sheet. You can still use a shift and control. Sheet 1 is selected, shift and click on the sheet number 10. You see, sheet 1 to 10 is selected. Now you can move them, copy them, print them, delete them, whatever you want, except for rename. Everything else is possible. Click on some other sheet. Click on sheet number 1, control and click, control and click, control and click. Possible. Now, say for example, suppose I have some sheet over here. I have some sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4. I want some formatting to be done. So I select this sheet over here. Since all the 4 sheets are selected, they work as a carbon copy. Let's see here. I say that this is ID. I will write date. I will say name. I will say units and, units. I will say rate. Then I will say discount. Then I will say total, all those stuff like that. I can put the necessary formulas and all those stuff like that. I make all the formatting, whatever I require over here. Okay. I just make all the formatting over there. Now you see, I just cancel it. Go to sheet number 1, sheet number 2, sheet number 3, sheet number 4. All the 4 sheets get the same formatting. It saves huge amount of time when you wanted to have multiple sheets having the same format. Okay. And the other thing is that suppose I have some data over here. I say that this is inquiry. Okay. I come back over here and I just say that this is follow. I just say that this is confirmation. And I just say that this is rejection, etc., 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 something like that. Now, yes, whenever I'm sharing this workbook across, okay, let me just delete all the other sheets. Okay, I'm just deleting all the other sheets over here. Right click and say delete. See, all the sheets got deleted at one shot instead of sheet delete, sheet delete, sheet delete. So shift and click and control and click will work. Now, yeah, when I'm supplying to somebody, yes, they can just look into it and understand that look at the sheet name and understand. But if you right click on it, okay, yeah, Shashank, I will just come back to that in one moment about that formatting. Okay, if I just, okay, let me do it right now itself. I'm just selecting it. I'm just selecting all those columns and say delete. Yes, you see, everything is gone. Now, I just wanted to select it and I'm just increasing this zoom size to 140 and you can see every sheet is zoomed. Now I just selected, when I select 2 or more sheets, they become just like a carbon copy. That means whatever you enter in one of the sheet will be repeated in all the sheets that you select. You have to be careful because you have to cancel the selection and otherwise what will happen is that if you have, just excuse me, if you have what do you say, all the sheets selected, if you keep all the sheets selected over here, whenever you are entering the data into one of the sheets, it will be repeated in all the sheets. So after your formatting, you have to stop it. So you can see that I have just selected one sheet, shift and click on the last sheet. All the 4 sheets got selected. Now I will go to the first sheet. Say, for example, I just type ID, date, okay, name, okay, say department, and then say that salary, whatever details you wanted. then do all the formatting, whatever you wanted. This has to be bold-faced, okay, or maybe italics and all the stuff like that. Once I finish off with all the formatting, just cancel the selection by clicking on any one of the sheet, and you see one, two, three, four. All the four sheets has it. I have to cancel it because if I don't cancel it, okay, what will happen is, okay, what will happen is that I might miss it out. Okay, I might miss it out basically because since all the sheets are selected, when I'm entering the data, whenever I'm entering the data into sheet one, it'll be just repeated in sheet two, sheet three, sheet four, and that's going to be deadly. So remember, is that clear, Srinivasan, now? Right.
Uh, Ramesh,
Okay.
the attendees can't unmute themselves. They are not allowed to.
No, no,
So,
that's fine. That's fine. Let them, for my queries, you can just come back to on the chat window. Okay. So now, the other thing is that what I was saying is that, okay, yeah, I mean, see, I can see some people raising their hands. See if that is asking the queries, please put it in the chat window. Okay, because Naveen, what is that? Can you please show once again the format copy in one sheet to another sheet? See, format copy is just as I told you, there is no format copy. I just click on select all the sheets and then do all the formatting. It will be automatically repeated in all the sheets. There is no need of format copy. Now, in case if you wanted to copy it, the best thing is that right click on the sheet and go to move or copy. Okay. You can see this is the present sheet where you wanted to move. Okay. You can move to the end. By default, it is moving. Create a copy. See here, it just creates a copy over there. Or suppose you wanted to move into a different workbook over there. Right click, move or copy, create a copy, and come back over here. You see new workbook or any open workbook. So you see a third workbook got added, and whatever is there got copied over there. Or if I have some data here, I wanted to copy this into my book too. I can just right click, move or copy, create copy, and you see you will get the list of workbook open here. Data book 2, book 3. Where you wanted to copy, I say book 2. It says book 2 has for so many sheets. Before which sheet you wanted to copy? I say before sheet 1. And I just say create copy is selected. Okay. Now you see before sheet 1, it just gets copied easily. So copying the sheets across the workbook is that, easy over there. Okay. And what I meant to say is that when you have the sheet names over there, agreed, wonderful. But see, when you right click on a sheet, you have an option here called as a tab color. You can make use of this to save time again. That is, say for example, inquiry, I say a blue color. Okay, follow up, I just put an orange color over there. Confirmation, of course, I'm going to put a green color over there. And rejection, I'm going to put a red color over there. Now, look at this. The person need not even read the sheet names. If you are having, say, for example, if you are talking about your electrical wiring and all those stuff like that, you have some standard color coding. The traffic signals has a standard color coding. Assume that each state follow their own color coding for the traffic lights. Where you will end up? I mean, if at all you mind about the traffic lights, okay, that's a different issue. Especially in that Indian scenario, you can't always say that we are worried about this one. Okay, so now what I meant to say is that if you have a standard color coding over there, as far as electrical lighting is also concerned, I can say that the white is the earth, or the black is the neutral, and the red one is your the power over there. Okay, so same way, I can always look in this and say that, okay, I wanted to go to the rejection. Whatever is the sheet name over there, you can just click on the rejection and reach over there. So this also is another time-saving feature. Okay. And let us understand about the shortcut keys now. So what I meant to say is that, yes, you can just click and drag the sheet. Yes, you can just click and drag the sheet, easily to get it moved. You can see that a small triangle just gets moved. Whenever you just leave it there, it gets copied over. Sheet moving is that easy over there. Now, when I have, say, for example, I have two sheets or two workbooks open there. Now, as I told you, there is a list of shortcut keys. Let us first understand the list of shortcut keys using control. But before control, if you wanted to use the alt key, control is always faster. The alt key, if you want, just open the application and press your alt key once. When you press your alt key once, you can see that each of the tab gets an alphabet. That is, if you wanted to access the file tab, it is Alt F. See, Alt F. Now you wanted to open a file, it is Alt F-O. Okay, so I come back over here, Alt F-O. Now it says there are so many over there, which one you wanted to open. Again, you press Alt, it will just go off from your screen. It's a toggle key. So when you are working in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, anywhere in Windows, if you are working, if you press your Alt key once, okay, once you press your alt key once, each of this application gets a what do you call it as the letter over there against each of the tabs over there, which can be used for it. But of course, as I told you, suppose you wanted to save a file, you'll have to click on alt, okay, plus F plus S. But instead, if you use control plus S, that will do it. So you can see that the control is a faster, alt is a roundabout, but then it's pretty easy for you to find out the alt shortcut keys. So you can make use of that, whether you work in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, wherever you are working at, okay, you can just use this alt shortcut key. Now, the other thing is that, as I told you about the control shortcut key, you have the control and the arrows over there. The control and the arrows take you to the extreme ends. Control right arrow, down arrow, left arrow, up arrow. Control and the arrow keys. But remember, control and the arrow keys take you to the end of the data. So if you have some data over there, control and the arrow keys take you to the end of the data. If there is no data, control and the arrow keys take you to the end of the worksheet. Okay. And the next one is the control and the home key. Wherever you are, control and the home key will always take you to cell A1. You can see whenever you open a new workbook, whenever you open a, what do you call it as a new sheet, add a new sheet, it will always be at cell A1 because it is called as a home of Excel. So control and the home will take you to the cell A1. Okay. You have your control plus and control minus. See, control plus or control minus, two shortcut keys. That means if you select a column and press control plus, a new column get added. I'll just show it to you over here. Say you have some data over there. Select one column, control plus, keep on adding, control minus, keep on deleting. Click on this, control plus, keep on adding, control minus, keep on deleting. Control plus and minus will delete, okay, a set of rows and columns. Insert or delete, plus insert, minus delete. You have page down and page up. Control page down and page up. You see here, I press control page up. Okay, control page down or control page up. If I use control and the page down, okay, when I'm here over here into one and I just press control, 1 second, let me just put it off. Okay, now I'm in one sheet and I press control page down. You can see control page up. I just keep on moving the sheet. So you can use the control page up and the control page down key to move up or down. Control page up and control page down. Okay. And you have, say, for example, suppose you select a series of cells and I'm typing something which I want in all the cells. Now I select all the cells without clicking, I type and press control and enter. The control and enter will populate whatever you are typing in the selected cells. It can be one full column, it can be multiple column, it can be one full row, multiple rows, or anything like that. Select the cells. Okay. Select the cells and just type whatever you want. Okay. So I type, say, for example, Excel. I'm not going to press enter, instead control and enter. When I press control and enter, it'll be populated in all the cells wherever I'm selecting it. Fine. Now there is something more. I just have some data over here. Okay, I just have some data. Now, for some reason, I need to select all this data. Okay, whatever it is, as of now using mouse, I will give you the shortcut key for that. I've just used the mouse to select this complete data. Now I need to go to the top. When I go to the top, I just need to use this scroll bar to get into the top, which is taking time for me. But instead, suppose if I press the control and the control backspace, the control backspace take you to the cell from where you started. Now remember, you could have pressed control home. Suppose I have some data over here. I press control home. Yeah, I reached the cell A1 and my selection is gone. But if I have the data like this, and if I press control backspace, you see, my selection is still on. Especially when you're writing these VLookups and stuff like that, to know the row number, the column heading, and all those stuff like that, you can make use of this, the control backspace. It takes you back to the cell from where you wrote the data or started without canceling the selection. Okay, now note over. I have the control A. Control A is select all. If the sheet is empty, the entire sheet. If there is a data, the control A select the entire data. But this control A, please understand, cannot be used inside the formula. Suppose I'm just counting this. Okay, I just wanted to count equal to count of all the cells. Control A. See, it's not selecting the data. The control A select the cell from where I was writing it. So how do I write? Okay, how do I write this? Or use a shortcut key to select the entire data. See, you know that the shift and the arrow keys continuously select. Okay, control and the arrow keys goes to the end. Shift and arrow select. Control and the arrow goes to the end. So what will happen if you combine them? Select and go to the end. That's what. Shift and arrow, go select. Control and arrow, go to the end. So control, shift, and arrow. See here, control, shift, and the arrows. Control, shift, right arrow and down arrow, or control, shift, down arrow and right arrow. Complete data gets selected. Now let us write the formula and see. Say, for example, suppose I will show you both. I'm just having some data over here. Okay. Control enter. Now I'm writing the count here equal to count. Okay. I wanted to select the entire data. So click here, control shift down and right or right and down. Complete data. Now I need to go back. Control backspace. I'm here. You can continue writing. This is the advantage. It saves huge amount of time for you over there when you are writing it. So it is control plus shift, okay, plus arrow for continuous selection. Now, as I told you, control A is there, control B is there, okay, control I, control U, okay, control C, control X, control V, control Z, control Y. There is a lot of things like that. Please understand all the 26 alphabets of your keyboard has already been assigned. Control A, B, C, D up to X, Y, Z. Everything is assigned. There's a shortcut key for it. You can find out from the link what I gave you. Okay, so when you're coming over here, control A, select all. Okay, select all. Control B, bold. Control I, italics. Okay, control U, underline. See, I select something, control B, bold. That's a toggle key. Control I, italic. Control U, underline. Okay, then it is your control C, control V. That's a copy paste. So I select this. Say, suppose I have some data over here. I just selected control C and I just say control V. Or I select control X and say control V, cut and paste. So this is copy. Okay, this is cut and this is paste. Now, if you don't want, okay, suppose I did control X and control V. I don't want control Z. Okay, I can press control Z for undo. Okay, control V is paste, so that's gone. So if I do it, control X and control V and say control Z, undo, and control Y is redo. Control Z is undo, control Y is redo. That means whatever you have done, I can cancel it. cancellation of the undo. That's all. But you have to have some undo. But please understand, okay, the undo stops, okay, stops when you save the file. Once you save the file, you will not get undo. Undo is limited between two saves. Okay. And the other one is that you have control O, control P, control S, okay, control N, control W. Control O for open a file, control O. See, file open dialog box, you will reach here. Alt F-O if you are using the Alt key. Control P is your print file. Okay. Control S is for save a file. See, Control P is for print. Control S is for save. Control N is for new workbook. Normally, I've seen people when I say that open a new workbook, they will say file, new, blank workbook. Oh my God, lot of time. Instead of that, you just, yeah, uh, uh, yes, Daniel, that will save huge amount of time, this control and the backspace. Okay. What if we have the autosave on? No, no, Anil. Autosave is only a temporary method that does not impact your, what do you call it as your shortcut key. I mean, what's called undo option. Autosave is not saving because even if the autosave is there, if you close the file, it will say, do you want to save the changes? Autosave is only in the RAM, random access memory. It will just go off when you close it or the power loses. It may, because it just saves only to the backup file, not to the original file. Okay, so only the file save stops your undo over there. Okay, so now, when you are coming back over here, so what I meant to say is that Control N. So if you have to open a new file, just press Control N. See, new workbook is open. Okay, and the other one is that Control W, close the workbook. See, I just open a new workbook. Open a new workbook. I wanted to close it. Instead of closing it here, I just press Control W. There's a huge difference because if you close it using the close button of the window, Excel also gets closed. If that is the only workbook which is open, your Excel also gets closed. But if you use a Control W, only the file gets closed, Excel is still there. So you can close a file without closing Excel using Control W. And there are a lot of shortcuts over there. Okay. One more thing I wanted to tell you is that, say, for example, suppose you have some data over here. Okay. And, some data over there, whatever it is. Now, if you wanted to type something over here, okay, say I say that all belongs to the HR department, and instead of the copying down, I can just double click here. This is called as a fill handle. It will automatically fill as long as the previous column is not empty. Okay, now say for example, suppose I wanted to type only up to here, just delete it and just double click. See, it fills only here because it's a non-empty cell, so it reaches only here. Next, you will have to repeat it. Okay, that is also saves a lot of time when you wanted the same data to be repeated as long as the previous column is not empty. Say you might have 1 million records over there. Okay, you have 1 million records over there. And I just say that I'm just giving a 2% discount for all the people. Okay, flat 2% discount. Why should I do that? I just double click and see that the entire column is filled. So this double click on the fill handle will allow you to fill the data, okay, the completely, as long as the previous column is not empty, not over. Okay, I have two workbooks. Normally, all the Excel users have a habit of keeping n number of workbook open. Uh, that to be very frank, Daniel, I'm not sure about it because the problem is fill handle is just a click or a double click. A shortcut require minimum two keys, no? Control and whatever keys it is. Control key is not available to you for that. You'll have to use the Alt, so around 3 or 4 shortcut keys. So the shortcut key for a fill handle is going to be a long cut. Control E is for what do you call it as flash fill. That is not for this. Control E is for flash fill. But if I get into that, we will not have time to get into the lookups and all those stuff like that. But there is something called as in the data tab, there's something called as a flash fill, which is called as a fill by example. Okay. The control E is the shortcut key for that, not for fill handle. Okay. So uh, here, what I meant to say is that, so if you have two workbooks, I repeat, two workbooks, not more than that, because the reason is that if I don't have, what do you call, too much space over here for arranging multiple workbooks, so two is good. If I have two workbooks and I wanted to see the between the two workbooks over here, suppose the data comes in two workbooks and you wanted to compare it between the book one and the book two. Book one is an inquiry, book two is a confirmation. So you wanted to see how many inquiries has been confirmed, or book one is the order and book two is the dispatch, and you wanted to see how much is, shortcut key for deleting a row or a column is, yeah, Karthik, as Karthik told, control minus. But before that, you have to select a column and then press the control minus. The previous column get deleted. Okay, select a row and press control minus, previous row get deleted. Okay, so now what happens here is that if I wanted to see them, that is inquiry and dispatch, how much inquiry has been confirmed, how much inquiry order has been dispatched, etc., etc. Alt tab, yes, Alt tab will take a long time for me to switch between this and that and all the stuff like that. And in between, I might forget also. It's not that you have a short-term memory loss. You open one, you study all these things, and you get into the second workbook. Arey Baba, I forgot what I saw in the first one. Okay, again, you go back and see the first one. In between, your colleague calls up for some information. You say that, yeah, you clarify his or her doubt, but you forgot what you saw. So this end up in wasting a lot of time over here. Okay. So now what happens here is that, suppose if you have two workbooks, you can just get into what you call it as your this view tab over here. In the view tab at the top, okay, when you have the view tab at the top over here, okay, in the view tab you have something called as arrange all. In the arrange all, you just say that arrange all vertical. You can see book one and book two. You can easily shuffle between the first book and the second book over here. You can easily shuffle. Okay, so once you are here, you're here, you're here, you can easily shuffle. Once your work is over, just maximize it. Okay, you can see it is still halfway, so you can just maximize it, and it just occupies that. That is in the view tab, arrange all. Of course, again, if you have too much data over there and when you are scrolling down, if you feel that it is the heading is going, okay, you can just select a particular row and come to the freeze pane and say freeze pane. Anything above that is frozen. You can come back and say freeze pane and unfreeze pane. Suppose you wanted to freeze a column, select it, freeze pane. Go to the right side and you see column number one is frozen. Go back here and say unfreeze pane. It's done. Okay. You can arrange horizontally also, not a problem. But the problem is that it will come one below the other. So the availability of the space will be limited. That's your convenience. You can say that arrange all. When you say arrange all, horizontal, see here, this is how it comes. If this is convenient to you, you can do that. Absolutely not a problem. Nobody stops you from doing it. Okay. So whichever is convenient, you can do that. And if you want the first row and first column to be frozen, select the second row, second column. Anything above and left will be frozen, freeze pane. Now you see, come down, go to the right side, see all these things. So you can freeze scrolling anytime by selecting a column and freeze pane. Anything to the left or anything above will be frozen. But sometimes freezing might not help. I have some data at the bottom. I wanted to see the top and bottom together. Or I have some values at the right side. I wanted to see the left and right together. So you select a row and decide how much, in such a way that you will have so much space at the top and so much at the bottom. In the view tab, there is a split. Now you see, you have two vertical scroll bars. And you can use the splitting here. See, I keep the last row here, I keep the first row here. Now I can make the changes and see the data over here. It is very easy when you have some totals or something like that at the end and you wanted to see both. You can cancel the split. Same way, select a column, split. See here, you have left and right together. You can see that. When you have so many columns of the data, once your work is over, cancel the split. Done. Saves huge amount of time. Now, now the most interesting thing. Okay, I have only one workbook open. I have so many sheets here. I wanted to see, say, for example, this VLookup sheet and maybe, multiple value sheet. Two things I wanted to see together, sheet one and sheet two. Of course, side by side, virtually not possible, but there is a method possible in Word, PowerPoint, Excel, everywhere. Okay. If I have two files, I can arrange them side by side. That means if I have two copies of this file, I can arrange them side by side. But two copies are not possible because if I try to open it again, it will not open. See, I'm coming here, data, again I'm opening it. See, it's not happening. Then what do I do? In the View tab, there's an option called as New Window. Okay, look at here. My file name is data. Okay, my file name is data. I click on the New Window and look here how many files I have now. I have two files. Okay, data 1 and data 2. Not bad. It just created a duplicate copy. Remember, it's only a virtual copy. Physically, it did not. It just creates a virtual copy. Now that I have two files, you go to this View tab and just say arrange all side by side, vertical or horizontal. See, this is my VLookup sheet. I come here and I just come back here and which sheet you wanted, multi-lookup value? Is that what you wanted? Do a copy paste, whatever you want, you do it from one sheet to the other sheet. Once your work is over, now remember, it's only a duplicate key. Okay? It's only a duplicate. So whatever you do in one will obviously reflect in the other one. Okay? You can use the Windows tab. Yes. Okay. So what happens? Whatever you do it over here, it will reflect in the other one. Now, the most interesting thing is that once your work is over, just close any one of them. The moment you close any one of them, see, the other file becomes the original. This becomes the data. So whatever change, and it did not ask me whether you wanted to save the changes because what you closed is only a temporary copy. You can close the first copy or the second copy. It does not matter. Now, when you try to close it, it'll ask you whether you wanted to save changes. Saves huge amount of time and a lot of frustration also. Avoid a lot of frustration. I'm pretty sure you would have just thought about whether this feature was available somewhere. Remember Word, Excel, PowerPoint, everywhere, any Windows application, you can use it. That is, just come to the View tab, just say New Window. When you say New Window, a new copy of the same file will be arranged. After that, go to View, arrange all side by side. That's it. You have it. Do the change between the sheets over here. Copy one, copy two, whatever you want. Do your changes, split and freeze. Anything is fine. You use your method. Once your work is over, close the one. The second one becomes original. Now you can see that over here, there's only one file. This is original. Whatever changes you made is available here. Okay. Now the question is, wonderful. What if I have multiple files? See, I have around three files now. I'm not ready to close any one of them. But I wanted to work between two sheets of this workbook. But I can't close the other two files. Not yet ready to close. Fine, that's okay. Which one you wanted? You wanted to work between the sheets of these two. Yeah, fine. Come here, go to View and say New Window. Now you see how many are there? Data 1, Data 2, Book 7, Book 8. Now you wanted to see two different sheets of this workbook. So again, go to View and say Arrange All. But at that time, there's an option here called as Windows of Active Workbook. Don't arrange everything on the screen. Just arrange only the windows of my active workbook. And when you say that, look, pretty cool. All the other workbooks are still maximized, but I have only these two workbooks arranged. Forget about whether you have around 10 or 100 workbooks open. I just don't care. You just tell that I wanted the windows of the active workbook only to be arranged and nothing else. And once your work is over, as always, close that particular workbook and the other one becomes original. And once you are here, you can just see that I still have only one. Now you can save it. So you don't have to save the workbook and close the workbook to get it arranged. It's the new window part. Okay, is that fine? This itself, this itself is enough to save at least the 30% of your time, what otherwise you have been spending in Excel. I promise. But only thing is that practice. Initially, it will take some time. Okay, initially it takes some time. Everything is like that. Okay, any learning takes time. But the moment you start using it, don't keep it for tomorrow. The moment you start using it, you can see that you were saving lot of time. Okay. Yes, yes. Okay. You will start saving lot of time in your daily Excel work. Daily Excel work. You will be wondering why I did not do it earlier. So please try to make use of these features and the shortcut keys. Okay. Fine. You're able to understand, and do you require me to go faster or slower, or this part is fine? We are getting into the lookups now. Okay, this is fine. Yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so let me just get into the lookups. Now, let me tell you, when we have, okay, when we are in Excel, Excel started off with lookup, the function called as a lookup. From 1997, they introduced VLookup and HLookup. And in 2016, they introduced XLookup. But this XLookup is available as of now only, not only, sorry, it's not in 2016, it is in 2019, my mistake. Okay. XLookup is available in Professional Plus edition of 2019 and 2021, and also in Office, okay, Office 365 edition. Okay. So usage of Excel, I mean, XLookup has to be done with care. It's a very, very wonderful tool. But the problem is, if you are using Office 365, you can make use of this XLookup. But when you share this workbook with somebody else within your organization, no issues because your organization obviously will be using Office 365. But if you share it across with someone else outside the organization, and if they are not using any of these three versions, they will just see an error called as hash name. Okay, this error is what they will get it. They will not see the formula. In that case, you will have to go back to the VLookup or HLookup. Okay, now as the name denotes, VLookup, okay, is vertical and HLookup is horizontal. The whatever is possible in VLookup is possible in HLookup. Whatever is not possible is not possible. Okay, what does this lookup value does? Okay, the lookup or the VLookup or HLookup searches for a given or a known value. Okay, known value in a table and returns the corresponding, okay, the corresponding value from another row or column. Row or column depends upon row if you're using HLookup, column if you're using VLookup. Okay, now there is couple of drawbacks. The VLookup, Okay, searches from left to right. The HLookup, okay, searches from top to bottom. That is, if I have a value like this, I'm giving you the bill number. Ask me anything towards the right side. I can give you. Don't ask me, give the date and ask me anything to the left. Not possible. Similarly, in the HLookup, give me the bill number. I will give you anything downwards. But if you are giving something here, I cannot give you anything upwards. Because how do you select the data? You select the data from top to bottom or left to right. Now you say that, what the hell? I can select it like this. Who told I cannot select from bottom to top, from right to left? Wonderful, you can. But you want to see how Excel will do it. See, I have some data here. Okay, I'm just selecting this data. Okay, let's select this. So I just say that equal to count. I'm just putting a count. I'm selecting from top to bottom. See what it is written? C3 to C9. That's what I selected. Now you say that you can select from bottom to top. See what Excel has written? You selected from C9 to C3, but Excel has automatically corrected to C3 to C9. This is what I told you. You can't select. Excel will not allow you. You wanted to see from left to right or right to left. So select it from L to C. See, it says C3 to L3. That means it is virtually impossible for you to select from bottom to top or right to left. Selection is always from left to right and top to bottom. And because of that, you just cannot search from right to left. You can only search from left to right and top to bottom. So that is what the VLookup is. Now, let us find out why we use a VLookup. Say, for example, I'm just giving you the bill number. And I wanted to find out at what is the rate of that particular bill number. What is the total amount of that bill number? So what I wanted, I will write whatever bill number here it is. Say B007. I wanted to get the rate over here. That means I know the bill number here. I want Excel to search for this in this data. And if I can find this, I want you to return the corresponding value. Okay. So how do I use it? I use, because this data is vertical, I use VLookup equal to VLookup. Now it is asking, look at the syntax here. It is asking the lookup value. Lookup value is a value that you already know, which you want Excel to search. The value that you already know is the bill number. I'm using the cell reference because anytime the cell value changes, my formula will automatically change. So I selected, comma. Now it is asking the table array. Now remember the table array. There is an option, mandatory stuff in VLookup or HLookup, the table array, okay, must start from the column or row, of course, okay, remember column where the lookup value is available and continuous till the result column. This is mandatory. Your selection must start from the column where the lookup value is available. So that means when you are coming here, okay, your lookup value is bill number. So your selection should start from column A only, not from column B, or if something is there before column A, I say, of course, there cannot be anything before column A. Suppose it was put over here. Okay, I just say that it was put over here. If the data was like this, okay, now if I say equal to VLookup, okay, lookup value, table array, if there was something in column A, it will not include because you can only select from column B because the selection should start from the field where the lookup value is available because VLookup searches in the first column of your selection only. So if you include column A, answer is not available because the value bill number is not there. So from here, now whether you should include the heading or not, that's up to you. If you include, no issues. If you don't include, no issues. So till the result column, that is up to here. the complete data because I'm not sure what bill number you're going to ask me. So shift control down arrow. Go to the top, control backspace. Okay, comma. It is asking the column index number. You have selected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 column. Remember column number of your selection, not the column number of Excel. So you have selected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which column you want the answer? I will search in first column. If I find, do you want me to return from column 2, 3, 4, 5? Which one? You just put the number. I say 5, comma, what? Approximate match or exact match? Of course, I want exact match. So that is 0 or false. It's an electronic device. True or false, 1 or 0. So I put 0, close the bracket and enter. So you see B007 is 287. I put, see, B, 012. B012 is 75. See here, 75. I'm getting it. Now, please understand. What will happen if I press, B001? It says 350 is there. But what will happen if I put B0001? It says hash ending, not available. If the lookup value is not found, it returns hash ending. It is not case sensitive, but it returns hash ending. What will happen if there are two same bill numbers? Say, for example, here B001 and here B010 also. I'm just changing into B001. Now I search for B001. See here, it always return 350 because Excel searches from top to bottom. The moment it finds the first answer, it'll return the answer. It will never give you the second answer. So please understand that the lookup value must be a unique field. You know that very well. When somebody comes to your organization and wanted to ask for you, they don't ask for your name. If they ask for your name, they will ask which department, what is the employee ID, blah, blah, blah. A lot of questions will be asked. Instead, if the employee ID is given, okay, when the employee ID is given, that becomes pretty easy over there. Nobody transfers an amount to your bank account without your account number. Say, I have a person called as Ashutosh and I wanted to pay some money to him. I know that he is having an account in the Canara Bank. Maybe, MG Road branch. So I say that, okay, Canara Bank, MG Road, Ashutosh, I wanted to transfer. Not possible. Because there will be n number of people with that name over there. Even if it is not there, it will not accept. I need a unique field. So always understand VLookup or HLookup require a unique field. Okay, now, okay, somebody asked, what is that approximate match is used? Okay, approximate match is used when you wanted to see the lesser than option. When here we have a fixed value. Say, for example, I say I have a sales. I have sales up to 5,000. I offer 2% discount. Okay. 5 to 10,000, I offer 5% discount. And I wanted to fill that, discount column with this value. Here, I don't have a fixed value. 0 to 55,000 is that. So I use lesser than option. That is, if the amount is this, then use this comma 1. So that is 5,000 or lesser. I use the upper limit. So here it is 10,000. So 10,000 or lesser. Because 5,000 is already taken, 5,000 to 10,000. Like that. 1 is used in the approximate match, not in the exact match. Lesser than option in the numerical categories. Okay. Now, when I come back to the HLookup works exactly in the same way. Only thing is that it is horizontal. Okay. So what I do, suppose I'm giving the name, say product, but the problem is if I cannot use a name because it is repeated. Jelly is repeated, drinks are repeated. So I use the bill number itself, number, and I wanted to get the date. So I will use, say, B, 015, and I wanted to get the date. So this is HLookup, lookup value, comma, table array, include the heading or not. Anyway, I'm using the shortcut key, shift control arrow keys. Now remember, if, so let me just go back over here. If you don't want the date, suppose you wanted to get the price itself, okay, price itself. Nothing wrong in selecting more. That is HLookup, lookup value, comma, table array. I can use a shortcut key to select the complete data. No problem at all. You can select more, but not less. That's all. Because even if you have selected more, it is asking the row number one, two, three, four, fifth row. You have selected 7 rows. So what? I want the answer from the fifth row and an exact match. And you see, you're getting it 015. 015 is here. 015 is here. 015 is 375. I'm getting it. So remember, in the VLookup or HLookup, continuous selection till the result column or more. You can select more data, absolutely not an issue. Okay. So is that clear? So there's no difference between the VLookup as well as the HLookup over here when you have, the data to be found. Now, how can I avoid this hash ending? See, if the value is not there, I want to give value not found instead of this hash ending. I just hate this error message. Fine. In Excel, there is a function called as if error. This if error can handle any errors in Excel and replace with a message or value. I can replace it with a message or I can replace it with a value. Whichever you want, I can do that. So let's see here. That is what I wanted is that I'm writing a VLookup for the same thing. And if not found, I want to display an error message. So what I will do is that I will start off with if error. Okay. So here you see equal to if error. It is asking if error of what? What returns an error? VLookup, lookup value, table array. Okay. Column index number. Column index number for rate is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Comma 0. Close the bracket. My VLookup is over. Now you see, it says that is if there is an error in this VLookup, comma, what do you want? Value if error. You want to substitute with 0? You can. But that is not possible. If the value is not there, I don't want to substitute with 0. I will say double quote value not found. Text message has to go in double quote. So you see, I say B001 is 350. I say that B2345, it says value not found. I say B110, it says value, sorry, B110, it says value not found. Okay, but here I say that B010, I have the value over here. Okay. Manish, it is shift control arrow keys. Shift control right arrow, down arrow. Okay. Ranjit, I used 5 comma 0 because I wanted from the fifth column. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wanted the answer from the fifth column. Comma 0 was used because I wanted an exact match. False. False is substituted with 0. Okay, that's a VLookup format. True or false is the last argument. If you say true, it will give you approximate match. If you say false, it will give you the exact match. I wanted the exact match, so the false can be substituted with 0, true can be substituted with 1. That's how it is. I hope that's clear. Uh, no, Karthik. Formatting issue. See, mainly VLookup will fail with extra space and all the stuff like that. So the quality of the data is very important. Otherwise, you don't have an option over there. To get back to the top of the this one is the control backspace menu while writing the formula. Otherwise, it is control home. Outside the formula, it is control home. Inside the formula, it is control backspace. Okay. Now I'm coming back over here. Other thing is that, so that is what where we use what is called as a if error. So you can see that this is the formula used over here. So this is the formula used. Okay. This is what I used. So I just put that formula inside the if error. It will handle all the errors. So if this VLookup returns this error, I will return value not found. Because it is a text, I need it in the double inverted commas. Otherwise, you can have it. If it is a number, you can just, write it like that. Okay. Now, couple of other things is that when I have, say, a data like this, see the category is written like this: jelly large, drink small, drinks medium, snacks medium, jelly small, etc., etc. And the person write, I want, say, for example, snacks and large. Okay. What is the rate? For some reason, he splits this and write it. So, but my data is like this together. So before looking out into this, I need Excel to combine this because I get snacks medium, snacks small, snacks large, etc., etc. That is what is called as a concatenate operator, or we use what is called as a ampersand symbol. So I can write equal to first and second. But remember, there's a problem. It comes as snacks large without space. So my lookup value should be equal to the first one, and I need a space and the second one. This is how I will get. And this is what I want to search. So when I write the VLookup, I will say VLookup. Lookup value is this, and double quote space double quote and this comma. Where is the lookup array? That means combine these two with a space, then search here. Okay. That is, click here, shift control right arrow, down arrow, control backspace. And what is that? Comma. Your rate is price is what you want. So it is 2, comma 0, close the bracket and enter. So you see snacks large. Where is snacks large? Snacks large. Snacks small, snacks large is it? 387.50. Okay, snacks medium is there. So let me just change this into medium. Snacks medium, 116,250. So I can combine this like, using this formula. So this is the formula I'm using it over here. I'm using this formula over here. Okay. So what I do is that in my formula, I say that please do not look up this value or this look value. Combine these two with a space in between. That is my lookup value and the normal lookup. Even that can be used. Okay. Now there is one more. There is something called as a wild character. Any programming has two wild character, question mark and asterisk. Question mark, okay, replaces single mandatory character. And asterisk replaces optional infinity. Optional infinity means 0 to infinity. I'm not sure whether there is anything or not. If yes, how many, I don't know. But question mark means just one. Say, for example, suppose I say that, okay, I have a name called as Nikki. This may be written as Nikki also. So here I will write NIK question mark. NIK question mark means after NIK there is one character which I'm not sure. But there is only one character. But what will happen if I write, NIK star? NIK star will satisfy NIK. It will satisfy NIKY. It will satisfy NIKI. It will satisfy NIKII or anything like that. But in this case, it will satisfy only NIKI or NIKY or anything, just one character, because asterisk means 0 to infinity. So you can make use of this to make a combination if possible. I'm not sure. You can just give a chance. You can just give a chance. That's it. So let's see here. I'm trying to find out the category. Okay. Category. Of course, you will have the repetition. So you will have the issues over there. That's okay. I understand. But still, let's try. Okay. Category. And I wanted to get units per pack. Suppose I write, say, jelly. I'm not sure whether it is jelly or jelly. If I write it and use a VLookup over here, lookup value, comma, table array will start from column B. And then what I wanted is that I wanted, what is that? Okay, comma, control backspace. Okay, I'm coming here. And what I wanted is that from units per pack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, comma, 0. It says not available. But if I say JELLY, it comes. Now, I'm not sure whether it is LLI or LLY. So I write JELL question mark. You see, it's coming. I don't know whether it is drink or drink. So I write DRINK star. DRINK star means it can be DRINK or it can be DRINKS or anything for that matter. Okay. The biscuits. I'm not sure about the spelling. So I write BISCU star. See, biscuits, the first one for the biscuits is 20. It comes in. Okay. But if I write SNACK, okay, SNACK and question mark. See, it goes. Because it says there are two characters after SNACK. Not sure. There is nothing. If it was a single question mark, it would have come. But there is a problem with the single question mark. If somebody is written snack instead of snacks, single question mark will not match because it says there is one character. So you can make use of this wild character over there to make use of this. Okay. See, that's what I told you, Karthik. If drink and drinks are there, this option is only just a, you know, possibility, just a trial and error. It just gives you one chance. If both drink and drinks comes in, this will not satisfy. Only star will satisfy because it can be either drink or drinks, but then you still have drink and drinks. So both cannot be used over there. Okay. So it's only a chance. It does not provide a foolproof method over here. Okay. So that is another one. Now, the other one is, okay, here when you come, say for example, I'm giving you the bill number. I wanted to get the units per pack. Okay. I wanted the rate. Okay. I wanted the date. Okay. And I wanted the name of the product. I want in this order. First, units per pack, then the rate, then the date, then the name. Whatever I'm giving, say B, what is called as 019. Yeah, I wanted to know what is the rate, what the units 019. So units per pack is 10, rate is 700. Okay, date is 15th May, and the name is product 3. I want that to happen here. Now, how do I do it? Normally, it is 1, 2, 3, 4 VLOOKUPs. Now, for Office 365 people, okay, for Office 365 people, there's a function called as fill function. I mean, sorry, not fill function, spill function. But remember, this will work only in Office 365 or Pro Plus of 2019 or 2021 version. nowhere else. Otherwise, there is something called as an array function. You can make use of this array function over here. Bharat, I will just come back to you. Let me just finish this and I will just come back to you. If I don't come back to you, just remind me once more. Okay. One VLookup to get the data in multiple columns. That's what I'm just doing it now. Okay. So now what happens here is that I wanted just one VLookup to get column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4 values. This is what you asked, Bharat, right? Okay. So now, when I'm here, as I told you, you have two options, Office 365 option, non-Office 365 option. Non-Office 365 option, that is the array function, works in all versions of Excel, including Office 365, but Office 365 option works only in. I will show you both. Let's use the Office 365 option. Okay, that is Office 365, the spill function. Remember, it will work only in Office 365, no other version it will work. Okay. So I just first cell equal to VLookup. Lookup value is this, comma. Table array is this complete. Okay. Now column index number. You want units, you want rate, you want date, you want name. So units is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, comma. Immediately it asks for true or false. So that's not possible. So in Excel, there are three brackets. This is open and close, normal braces. There is a square bracket, open and close. This uses for field names. Okay. There is a open and close flower bracket, which is for array. Array means more than one value. Okay. So what we use here is that I come back over here. I use an array because I need a set of fields. So it is VLookup, lookup value, table array. I'm selecting complete because I need all of them. Okay. And I start with a curly bracket or a flower bracket, whatever you call it as. Now tell me the column numbers. What is that first you want? First you want the units. Units is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, comma. Okay. See, it is still standing in column index number. What next? I want the rate. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, comma. Next is the date. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, comma. The last one is the name, which is column number 3. Anything more? Nothing. Close the curly bracket, comma. What do you want? Exact match, 0. I'm sorry, 0. Close the bracket and enter. And here you see. This will come as a date, just change into a short date. Okay. This you change it into a short date. Yeah, here it is. So here you see B019. B019 is 10 units, 750, 700 is the rate, date is 15/5/2023, product name is product 3. This is the formula I used. Okay. But remember, this is a spill function. So since this is a spill function, it works only in Office 365. Now, what is the problem of this spill function? Problem number one is it works only in Office 365. Problem number two is, okay, you will have to use the column function. Okay, you'll have to use the column function and then find out. Okay. Otherwise, when you are selecting like this, okay, when you are selecting it like this, it'll just tell you the number of rows and number of columns. You see at the left here, you can see here, this area. This is called as a name box. When you select it, you see 1 row, 2 column, 3 column, 4 column, 5 column, sixth column, etc. So you start from here, you see, 2 column, 3 column, 4 column, 5 column. That's the easiest method to find out which column you are in. You can use this name box to find out while dragging it. Otherwise, there is a function called as column in Excel, which returns a column number. You'll have to use that function to put it over here. Say, for example, suppose you wanted to find out this column number. You can say that equal to column. Okay, column of this, any cell you take it, it says that is column number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Use that over there. But the problem is, this is column number 7 from the beginning. So if your selection is not from the beginning, you'll have to say -1 or -2 or -3, whatever it is. You can make use of that. Okay, so this is your normal VLookup formula. But the problem with the spill function is, suppose you try to delete it. You can't delete it. It's not getting deleted. But if you delete the first cell, everything get deleted. Problem number one. Okay. Problem number two is, suppose you write something over here. See, it says had spill. Because the spill function require the entire area to be free. You delete it, it will come back. So there are a lot of chances for errors over here. And plus, as I told you, this will work only in Office 365. Okay, non-Office 365 people cannot use this. So then what I do? All version. Let's see all version. All version I use what? The array function. Okay, this is all version. Any version of Excel will support this. Array function require, okay, no enter. Instead, use shift plus control plus enter. You have to use a shift control and enter. Let's see what is that. I need to select all this. In the spill function, you did not have to select it. But in the array version, okay, Office 365 all version, I use what? Array. So in the array function, let's see what I do. I need to select first where you want. Now without clicking, because if you click, your selection will go. Okay, so without clicking, you selected equal to VLookup. What is your lookup value? Is this, comma, table array, the complete data. Yes. Okay. Then what? Column index number, curly bracket, unit. So 2, 4, 6, comma, rate is 5, and date is 7, and name is 3. Yeah. Close the curly bracket, comma, 0, close the bracket. Now remember, no enter key. It is shift, control, enter. Now you see, when you press the shift, control, and enter, it starts with a curly bracket. This will work in all the version. Now, what is the advantage? Okay, I just write the formula like this. I will tell you, write the formula like this. Okay, and just this is the formula, but then press shift plus control plus enter at the end. Advantage is try to delete it. See, here it will get deleted. See, this cannot be deleted. This will not get deleted. This will not get deleted. This will not get deleted. But here you see, no way. Try to delete any one of them. Absolutely no way. Okay. You just cannot delete it. Okay. You cannot delete it. Now, in spill function, if you write something, you see it goes to hash spill. But here, you try to type something, see, it's not possible. You can only press cancel. If you want to delete it, you'll have to select all these things and delete. So that means mistakenly correction or deletion or alteration will not happen. Try to insert a row or a column here. See, you can't. Even that is not allowed because there is an array function. You cannot change it. That's the advantage of the array function. Shift, control, and enter, which will work in all the versions of Excel. If not, if you're using within your organization, you can use simply the spill function. That's the difference between this. So you will have to choose which one to use. That depends upon to whom you are submitting the report. If you are submitting the report to your own manager or subordinate or colleague or whoever it is, the spill function is okay. But if you are submitting it to your client, just be careful. Okay. Paste special in what case? I did not understand your question, Prashant. Paste special for what? If it is an array function, there is no paste or paste special to any of the cells where the array function exists, if that is what you meant. Nothing is possible. You have to select the entire thing and modify or delete whatever it is. Other than that, nothing else is possible, if that is what you meant. You just cannot modify anything here. Okay? Now, can I just take 5 more minutes to tell you what is this XLookup is all about? Okay. Can we copy paste the generated values and use it? I mean, see, copy paste the generated values. This is use it cannot be done because if you copy and paste it, the formula gets copied, not the values. If you want, you'll have to use a paste special. If you want to get the values only, you can do a control C, go to your paste special. Okay. In the paste special, you have to say paste values. Then you can. But it is no more a formula now. See, is no more a formula. But if you simply do a copy paste, what will happen is that it will copy that formula itself. So the cell reference will change, the values will change. Otherwise, the relative and absolute will come. Now, for all those people who wanted to know what is this X lookup is all about, say I come back over here. Suppose if my data is like this. The bill number goes and stand comfortably at the end. VLookup cannot be used because VLookup will not search backwards. You want to try it? I say bill number. It's not possible. Okay, and I wanted to get the price. I write bill number as B007. What is that price? Equal to VLookup, lookup value, table array from where? Starting from the column where the lookup value is available till the result column. Complete data. What is the column number I will give? Remember, my selection started from here, but Excel automatically wrote it from here. There itself gone. Lookup value will be searched in column D, but my lookup value is in column G. So that is ruled out. That is when I use what is called as XLookup. Now remember, XLookup, okay? XLookup can search vertical or horizontal. I just don't mind. Okay? Left or right. Both are possible. So I will just show you. Suppose I create a copy of this. Okay. I just create a copy of this after my X lookup. Okay. I just create a copy, X lookup 2. Now I'm just creating what do you call it as, let me just select it. Okay. I'm going to create a, what do you call it as a transpose of this. Or this is a table, so I cannot create a transpose. Wait, let me just go back here and say that convert to range. Yes. Now I can create a transpose of this. Okay. And I'm just deleting it. I'll just show you. XLookup will work horizontal or vertical. So you have the data like this. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is that in this First, when my data is vertical, B007. Now I'll write equal to XLookup. Okay. See, what is the lookup value is this? Now it is asking the lookup array. It is not asking for the entire table. It only want to know where you want me to search. Where I say this, comma, it says return array. Yeah, I will search in column G if found where you want the answer from. Okay, I select this. Okay, so that's it. Because it is two separate columns, so left or right, it does not matter. Now you see, if not found, I have an option there. I can close it. I will get it. See, B007 is 287.50. Suppose I write B7. It says it hash any. So in the VHX lookup, there is one more option called as if not found. I can write it over here. Not found. Okay. Not found. That if error and all those stuff like that is not required. So I write, say B7, it says not found. I write B007 and it comes back properly over here. So this is the advantage of XLookup. Okay, this is what the XLookup is all about going in over there. So I can write it over here. Okay, there's a table, that's why it came over here. Okay, like this. That's why it came over here. Otherwise, let me just remove this table and it'll come properly so that you will have the formula properly coming in. So this is where it comes over here. Okay. And so I'm just copying it here. Okay. I will just see this. This is your formula over here. And this is what. Okay. And when I'm coming here, if it is horizontal, that's okay. See, I will say number and I wanted the category. Okay, if that is what you wanted, let's see, select, I will say B, 011. Okay, and what is the category? Again, it is X lookup. Okay, lookup value is this, lookup array is here. Okay, and the result array is here. Okay, that's it. Close the bracket and enter. You see, it is snacks. B011 is snacks. I change this into B001 and see it is jelly. So the XLookup can look both horizontal as well as vertical and also can give you an option to write value if not found, which otherwise in the VLookup, you had to go for this if error function. So there is a lot of advantage over here if you are using this XLookup over the VLookup. But then, as I told you, XLookup, be careful. It works only in Office 365 or Professional Plus of 2019 or 21, wherein if you are using the VLookup or HLookup, this will work any version of Excel, whatever you are using it. Okay. So that's it from me for today. Thank you very much. I stop this and you can just thank you very much for joining in. Take care, stay safe, and see you soon. If you wanted to stay back for the question and answer session and to clarify anything related to this, please stay
I will
back.
request
Otherwise,
all of
I
you to
before
please.
that I just hand it over to him. So just take care and then I will come back to the Q&A session.
Yeah, hi. I request you all to just wait for a minute. We have amazing Amazon launches waiting for you. Before we wrap up today's session, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our incredible speaker, Mr. Ramesh KN. Thank you for sharing your wealth of knowledge and insights on advanced Excel techniques. Your expertise has truly enriched our learning experience today. Now, let me take a moment to explain about edTalk. edTalks are all about, let me explain that to you. edTalks are powered by edForce. They are a series of carefully curated webinars designed to satisfy the technical cravings of today's workforce. Crafted and delivered by industry veterans like Mr. Ramesh, these sessions aim to equip you with latest technologies and technical developments from around the globe. EdForce has a monthly Ed Talk. You can keep in touch with us to know more about them. To all our learners, thank you for being here and actively participating in today's session. Your enthusiasm makes Ed Talks even more vibrant. Now, a small apology. It seems like the survey after the ED Talk had the wrong title. Please ignore that. But your feedback is still incredibly valuable. Speaking of which, we have exciting opportunity for you. By writing a Google review for EdForce, all you got to do is go on the Google search engine, type EdForce. There's an option of writing a review. By writing a Google review for EdForce and following our social media handles, you stand a chance to win a definite 1,000 rupees Amazon voucher. Stay tuned for more details on this in your inbox. There'll be an email coming to you tomorrow, which will have more details. You will have to write a review, follow our social media handles, share a screenshot, and I'll mail you your Amazon vouchers within 7 working days. Once again, a big thank you to Mr. Ramesh and to all
So thank you very much. Thank you very much.
of our learners today. Keep learning, stay curious, and look out for more enriching ed talks in future. Until next time. Thank you, Mr. Ramesh.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care. Stay safe. All of you. Bye. See you.
Signing off.